Introduction. The kitchen was pale aqua green with chips of paint sticking out of the wall. From my room, I heard my name called for dinner. When I arrived, I sat down on a rickety vinyl chair at a 3-foot diameter aluminum table. Her back was to me as she moved slowly from a narrow white gas stove to the dish rack. It had been a long day for both of us. When my mom turned around, I could see the lines around her plum-shaped cheeks sagging from her long ride on the train and bus from Manhattan's sweatshop in the garment district. After 12 hours of doing piecework, her shoulders were hunched. Yet, her hands gathered whatever strength remained to carry a plate of food. One plate of food was all there was. On that one plate was one piece of calf liver cooked with a few slivers of onions and the last small remains of a can of green peas scooped next to it. As she got to the table, my mom sat down wearily, the plate immediately landing between us. What would seem instantaneous to an outsider, but which between the two of us in that moment was an eternity of conversation, she slid the plate of food over to me. I ate it all, knowing that my mom would go hungry that night again. I was about 5 years old at the time. I can recall earlier occasions when I would offer my mom some of the food she'd made, and she would decline, settling for whatever scraps were left from my rejection of certain vegetables. But this particular recollection sticks out in my mind because when our eyes locked, the gentle nodding of her head in my direction, which was her way of letting me know it was okay for me to eat, and my agreeing to eat, was our way of acknowledging that we knew that we were in this light together. We understood that she was foregoing her hopes and dreams and placing them all on me, a burden no child should ever bear. Back then, TV advertisements for the food industry propagated the notion that life was so hard for women and that their particular products could make it easier for a mother to prepare a quick meal for her family. The offer of a speedy dinner was couched in the promise that moms would then be able to enjoy some personal downtime. Well, for my mom, nothing was quick. Everything was long. Long bus rides, long train rides, long work hours, and then she'd head back home, rinse and repeat. She did not have time to enjoy herself. She was too busy and too tired. For my mom, that night, and many other nights, life was hard, cooking was hard, and she went to bed hungry. Isn't that just like a mom? For years, I hesitated to write this book. Reflecting on my mom, I thought there was no way I could ever convey or measure up to the example she was for me early in my life. But even as I think that, another part of me would realize how much of her example I did not want to emulate. Then, feelings of anger, which usually cover up hurt, would well up all over again. I balked at the thought of writing anything positive about her. But she birthed me, would be my internal retort about such reflections. And so the stalemate continued, as did the years of thinking about writing this book. It is with these three perspectives, as a daughter of a single mom, as a mom of twin teen daughters, and as a clinical psychologist, that I write the following pages. I am humbled and honored that you have chosen to purchase this book and join me on the journey within these pages. It is my hope that you will see with more clarity a reflection of what has been staring at you in your respective mother-daughter relationships.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.